Alright, so what I have on the table today is a 20,000 milliamp power bank by a company called Outxe, which stands for Outdoor Extreme Energy. And you may have seen this all over the internet because a lot of guys have been reviewing it. But I got my hands on one. And what this is for the guys who live an active lifestyle. Maybe you're a YouTuber like me, or you just go out camping, hiking, climbing, biking, whatever, and you're out in the outdoors a lot and you want to have some portable power for your electronic devices, mainly your cell phone or maybe your camera. So basically what this is a ruggedized 20,000 milliamp power pack or power bank. And right off the bat you notice that it has a solar panel on the front here, and of course that means if you lay this out in the sun there is the capability to recharge this thing. In my opinion, when you have a small solar panel like this on an electronic device, it's really not meant to recharge the entire thing all the way to 100%. For me personally, I would use this as an emergency. So you lay this out in the sun for a couple hours and it's enough to charge your phone up, just enough to make an emergency phone call. So that's my opinion anyways. Now looking at the body of this thing, as you can see, this thing is very ruggedized. It's essentially a power bank similar to this one here. This is also a 20,000 milliamp power bank, but it's not ruggedized. So if I drop this or dunk it in water, this is going to be compromised, it's going to break, it's not going to work. Whereas this one, I drop this on the ground, boom, it bounces around. It has these nice big rubber bumpers on the corner, and the body is actually rubberized or ruggedized itself in a shell. So it can take a certain amount of abuse. They don't recommend dropping this, but if you did drop it, it should hold up pretty well with these nice big rubber bumpers. Let's look at what's in the box, by the way. It comes with a bunch of stuff in the box. You have your USB Type-C and your micro USB. So they give you two of those there. They also give you two lanyards, which is kind of cool. And they also give you two D-rings. So let's put these on. You could hang this up on the back of your backpack or at the campsite or on your vehicle, on the roof or whatever, and it'll stay nice and secured with these D-rings. So here's what it looks like if you mount it to your backpack. This is my Tru-Spec Elite 3-day backpack. By the way, if you guys like this backpack, you're going to buy one, check it out on Optics Planet. Use Mixflip 5 to get 5% of your entire order. It's an awesome backpack. I use this at Overland Expo. Absolutely love it. It's got like a little CCW pouch right here, and it holds my MacBook 15-inch laptop in here just fine. It's awesome. But anyway, that's what it looks like right here when you have it mounted to your backpack. So essentially you could have this on the back of your backpack while you hike, and you can trickle charge your power bank as you go hiking. So pretty cool. Right here you can see the output ports. It's got two output ports, and you have this rubber door with a gasket on the inside. You can see there's like a lip on the inside there, and that's what keeps the water out. So if you did dunk this in the water, you have to make sure this thing is completely sealed up. It is not meant to be used with everything plugged in and then you can go in the water. Absolutely not. When you're transporting this in your backpack or your vehicle, make sure everything is nice and sealed up, so if your vehicle goes into the water or if your backpack falls into the water, this thing can survive. And then once you get to where you're going, dry everything off, and then you can open this up and use it. If the doors are open, obviously it's no longer waterproof, so just make sure it's nice and dry before you open this thing up. So as you can see right here, it has an emergency backup LED flashlight built into the power bank. A lot of these power banks have that feature, which is nice. It's like a fail-safe, so if everything fails, you still have light on your power bank. So what you do is you'll turn on the power bank and then double tap it, and it comes right on. As you can see right there. Pretty good. Tap it again, it goes to a lower setting if you don't need a whole lot of light. Tap it again and it goes into a SOS beacon. Alright, so let's talk about the two outputs. You have output 1, output 2. Output 1 is going to be the one you're going to want to use the most because it has a lot of compatibility with different electronics as far as the smart circuitry in here. It says right in the manual it supports direct currents of 5 volts, 3 amps, or 9 volts and 2 amps, or 12 volts and 1.5 amps max. It also has Quick Charge 2.0 and Quick Charge 3.0 compatibility. So if your device has some kind of smart charging. It'll automatically adapt to it. That's pretty good. And then output 2 over here on the right, this one is only going to put out 5 volts and 2.4 amps max. And it has smart charging as well. Okay, so if you want to charge this power bank, there is a flap right here that you can expose. It's a waterproof flap. You have 2 options, USB Type-C and micro USB. So if you plug this into the wall and this thing's completely dead, you plug it into the USB Type-C. Type-C will charge this thing in about 10 to 11 hours from dead to full. And if you use the micro USB on this side by itself, micro USB should take about 13 hours from dead to fully charged. Now here's the coolest selling point about this power bank over other power banks is that if you want to quick charge this power bank, you can actually charge it with both Type-C and micro USB at the same time. So if you have 2 plugs that can reach, you can plug them both in. What I recommend is you plug both of these into a power inverter like I have in my car that has 2 electrical outlets. Just plug both of these into there and you can charge this thing as you drive up to your location. So you can have this thing fully charged. And it says it takes about 6 to 7 hours when you're using the double charge. So that's not too bad. That's definitely better than 13 hours with the micro and 10 to 11 with the Type-C. 6 to 7 is not bad at all. And if you're wondering about the solar panel will take about 70 hours. So basically, I don't know, that's like a 3-day weekend to get this thing charged if you put it out in the sun. That's under ideal conditions too. So again, like I said, I wouldn't use the solar panel for fully charging it. I would just use it as just an emergency backup to make one emergency phone call, or to charge the flashlight if you needed it for rescue. So if you're lost in the day, charge it, and then at night, boom, you can turn this on for rescue at night. So something to note, Outxe says when the battery bank is almost full, which it is now, they don't recommend that you keep this thing in direct sunlight. So only use the direct sunlight when it's almost empty for an emergency charge. So keep this thing covered up if it's already full. They said it could damage it. Here's another cool thing about this power bank. It does have smart circuitry built in. So say you're charging 2 cell phones out of the 2 ports here, and both cell phones fully charged to 100%. It'll automatically shut down the entire system once they're fully charged. It'll actually sense that those 2 phones are charged and shut the entire power bank down, so it doesn't overcharge them for one, and it protects the circuitry and the heat on the power bank. So that's kind of nice. So this Savage power bank does have self-protection capabilities built in. It has protection for over voltage, overcharging, over discharging, and circuit protection. And even with all those built-in protections, they still recommend that once your devices are charged, just unplug them so you don't have to worry about it. And for those of you guys wondering, this thing weighs 18 ounces. I know that's kind of a heavy battery, but that's right on par with other 20,000 milliamp batteries. Matter of fact, this one feels actually a little less than my other 20,000 milliamp. These are both really big batteries, but again, when you're going camping, hiking, biking, whatever, and you're going out into the wilderness, sometimes you're going to want a lot of power so you can charge your phone over and over again. Especially if you're using your phone as a camera or video camera, you're going to want a big battery like this to charge your phone up since you're using it as a camera. Another nice thing about going with an Outxe power bank over other power banks out there is that Outxe provides an 18-month warranty. Now don't get it confused, that 18-month warranty does not include people being dumb. If you throw this off a cliff, or if you jump into a river with the charge ports not completely closed, that's on you. They're not going to replace it if you do something stupid. So I've been using this power bank now for almost a month now, and I can tell you for a fact that this thing is awesome. Again, I mean, there's not a lot of moving parts on this, so of course I expect good performance. But in general, for camping, like I used it at the Overland Expo, it came in really handy inside the teardrop trailer. You know, I have me and my wife's cell phones plugged into this thing, and it worked great. It's always good to have extra power when you're out there in the wilderness. So I got a big thumbs up on this thing. It works. I've tested it. I like it. Oh, by the way, that's right. There's 2 models. There's one without the solar panel, and that's going to cost you about 49 bucks. And the one with the solar panel is going to cost you about 55 bucks. So for only a $5 difference, you can get the solar panel option in there. So that's kind of nice that they make two different models, one with a solar panel, one without. My mentality is you know what, for $5 more, it's nice to have that emergency solar power option so I can charge my phone just enough to make a phone call and call for help. So to me, that's worth the extra $5. So the website is outxe.com if you want to check them out. Alright guys, hit that like button to support my channel. I really appreciate it. It helps me out a lot. And leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about the Outxe SAVAGE 20,000 milliamp ruggedized waterproof power bank.